Hello and welcome to another Elliott with analysis. So today I want to update on the US indices, right? So as of yesterday, right, I actually published the short for the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and also Russell 2000, right? So what happens is that yesterday the S&P 500 has hit the target and slightly overshot. Nasdaq, not really, right? But it's a huge portion of the down move. Right. So today I just want to update and do a reversal on the call. So instead of short, we're going to change it to a long call this time. The reason is because more and more likely I believe that the alternate count, right, is actually the correct one now. Right. The reason is because of Russell 2000, right? But here I want to present to you on this wave count. Right. So over here what you will be seeing is that these black color ones will not be the correct count, right? And then we'll be following the alternate count, which are the red one. So this one will be a one, right? As I mentioned a couple of videos back, right? There's a chance that this is not an ABC, where this is actually the fourth wave of the fifth wave and then the fifth wave, right? So this is actually N, which is a truncated fifth, right? And this can be confirmed by the Russell 2000 also, right? So you can ignore this count for now, and you want to focus on how this alternate count will come to play, right? So this alternate count will then be a wave one, right? And over here we have a wave two, and then we are going to a wave three. Now a simple way to invalidate the original primary count, which is the black color one, is for the price to move above this 5224. Okay. Yeah, but from the strength of this yesterday's up move, I believe that this will definitely be broken, right? Similar to yesterday when I called for a shot, S&P 500 has already broken that, and I mentioned that it should go down. And as for Nasdaq, it hasn't broken, but I also mentioned that it will go down, and it did. Right, so this is the breakdown for the S&P 500. I will not break down for Nasdaq, right? Because for the two of them, the correlation is very very high. Okay, it's just one is more volatile than the other, right? Usually the Nasdaq is more volatile than the S&P 500, right? So if you study this, you can see that I have a 1 2, right? And then I have a this is an entire 3 4 and 5, right? I've broken down in fact I've even broken down to the minute level, which is the yellow golden one, right? You can take a look at this and study this, right? So then we go into the Nasdaq. Right, so I believe I called for the short for Nasdaq around here yesterday, right? And broken down. So the argument that I made is that S&P has already broke down, right? So I expect Nasdaq to break down, right, which it did. And yesterday, the last hour, there was a strong reversal, right? So similar to the S&P 500, I will not correct this labeling over here, right? But similarly, break will confirm that we uh we should be in the bullish count instead, right? So uh similarly, we will want to long Nasdaq. Now this is the Russell 2000, right? So you can see that actually it is more bullish than the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, right? So it hasn't broken down at all, and right, so or rather you can draw it like this. It has already broken down way uh before S&P 500 and Nasdaq. It's just that the level is much higher during the breakdown, as you can see over here, right? The breakdown here actually breached a new low here, right, for Nasdaq and S&P. But for the Russell 2000, right, it actually didn't, right? It was actually still above. So, and then just now I mentioned that Russell 2000 tells us that this could be a fifth wave over here, right? Over here. And this will be a wave one, and then now we're in a wave two. So overall, I think in terms of risk reward, right, the risk reward now favors the long side instead of the short side. Right? So if you are going to trade this, what's going to happen is that let's use S&P 500 again, right? You can choose to set a stop loss that is, I believe this is a long one, yeah, long position, right? So if we go inside long here, right, more aggressive or a more conservative one would be to put a stop loss here, right? Because there is a support here, right? And then you can choose to have this more conservative kind of a target, right? If you are able to take the swing, you can actually swing all the way below here, right? So depends on how you move, right? Because the way I see it over here, there's a chance that this is a one, two, three, four, and five, right? So that means that this will then be a one, right? Let me just change this color and the degree so that you know that this is different from the other count that I was talking about. Two, and then we are going into a three, right? Likely we are going to a three. So where would this three be? If we do this and we project 1.618, this is where the target is, right? So if this count is correct, then this price will not go down below two, and that is how we argue for the shifting this stop loss, right? And of course, if you think that this is a three third wave, then you can be even more aggressive, right? In terms of your risk setting here, right? You think that it will not, so you can even put it above. But this is not a practice that I will recommend, right? Uh, I will still recommend putting below a proper support or resistance, whether you are long or short, right? So this is the target for S&P, right? So yeah, and this is the risk reward. Remember to always manage your risk. Right, for me, if I long here, I will be putting the stop here. So I will adjust my size accordingly. All right. So that's it for now, and good luck for your trading. Thank you.